Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke and this day in history. So, for Tuesday, January 13th, I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. All right, and this day in history, January 13th, 2018, Hawaii's Emergency Management Agency accidentally sends ballistic missile threat alert. I remember that. On January 13th, 2018, just after 8 a.m. local time, a Hawaii Emergency Management Agency employee accidentally executed a real ballistic missile alert to thousands of residents and tourists. The text message alert said, "Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill." Television stations displayed a scrolling message telling residents to remain indoors or find shelter immediately and lie on the floor. There was a 38-minute gap between the alert and the correction alert that notified the public the warning was an error. State officials had recently reinstated the Cold War-era warning systems because of increased tension and threats from North Korea. The employee had been directed to send out a test alert, and since the options for the test and real alerts were next to each other, the employee accidentally launched the real alert. The event garnered major scrutiny by the Federal Communications Commission, which launched a full investigation into the agency to prevent any further mishaps. Move them a little bit farther apart is probably the solution. All right. So I forgot to do this during my intro, so I'm kind of just slicing this in somewhere at random. But I'd like to thank the following members for starting a new month. We have Antoine Tetelin, Big Davy, Eric, Katie, Olivia Evans, Cindy Clausen, and Kiki Kohler. Thank you very much for a new month as a member. Cool. And today the videos are both extremely late, and also not all of the videos will be published. I just won't be recording all of them. I had jury duty today. It took all day, and I was not selected for a jury. So luckily, for my content at least, we will be back to normal-ish. I am trying to get back on a good schedule, but it has been tough because of me being sick, and then Erica being sick, and then I was sick again. We were both sick. And holidays and all that. It's been very difficult to get back onto a schedule where I can be releasing on time, but I am working on that. And as you know, life will be life. All right, cool. Well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got shoulder, bow tie, parch, elbow. I already see bow tie and elbow as pasta shapes, but I don't know if wheel and ribbon. I mean, I don't know if we have top pasta shapes or not. I feel like that's going to be a rainbow herring because it's all on the top, but anyway, parch, elbow, wheel, wrinkle. Is that ankle with an R at the start? Ribbon, cane, press, bow, top hat, card, oto. Yeah, it's toe with an O at the start. Money bag, gift wrap, and shove. So wrinkle and oto. So we have a toe and an ankle. Let's see if we can find a heel. What would be another part of the body with a letter added? The op hat. Ard, unny bag, gift wrap, hove. Why can't I find it? Shoulder, bow tie. Oh, arch. These are like foot things-ish. The ankle's above the foot, but arch is the only thing I can see. I guess I'll try it. Is this purple? Sure is. Parts of the foot plus starting letter. Is the ankle considered part of the foot? I didn't realize that. I thought the ankle was considered part of the leg. But anyway. Okay, so what else we got going on here? I mean, the purple was relatively obvious for people who look for purple. You just got to look. Like, I know what Oto is. It's a tribe, but rankle. I don't. Can you rank? Like, is rankling like making similar concept? Anyway, you annoy someone, you rankle. That's my guess. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll look it up after. All right. What else is going on here? Press, gift wrap, gift wrap. Gift wrap and bow tie and ribbon go on in a card or a bow. Not a bow tie, a bow. Ribbon, bow, and gift wrap, and card would go on a present. Since I got purple first, I'll just see if I can figure out what blue is. So I'm thinking we have that rainbow herring, right? We have wheel, ribbon, and then the two other shapes, elbow and bow tie. So I feel like bow tie, money bag, and top hat and cane are features of the Monopoly Man. And so that leaves shoulder, press, elbow, and shove. And this is just like, these are synonyms for like using your body to push someone. So which one's blue? Is it the Monopoly Man? Or is Monopoly Man yellow? It's hard to say. I'm gonna make Monopoly Man the blue, but I could definitely see them moving that up to yellow, even though it's not synonyms. Okay, accessories for Mr. Monopoly was blue. So I'm gonna make the verbs shoulder, press, elbow, and shove. I'm gonna make the verbs the green. Jostle, there we go. And then this is yellow. Bow, ribbon, gift wrap card goes on a present. Present go-withs. They just had to make it different than what I said. All right. Cool. I mean, perfect reverse rainbow. I don't think it was all that hard. Yesterday they gave it a 1.7. I'll give today a 1.7 as well. And I don't know, 90% solve rate. Let's see. We should have all the stats in. I'm doing this so late. It's a bow tie made with arrows. Okay. They give it a 2. All right. 87 is pretty close to 90. 42% making no mistakes at all. I mean, green is the least likely to get first, interestingly. I'm actually surprised that purple first isn't higher. But I mean, there are a bunch of straightforward categories too. So ever purple and green people are struggling with, if they struggle, but not many are. We got nothing at 3%. We actually have yellow and blue at 4%, yellow at 2%, green at 1%. All right, I'm just going to go quickly here. Here's our rainbow herring. 5% of people fell for it. Yeah, not a very tempting rainbow herring. Rankle. So we're going to look up what rankle means. Of a common event or fact, cause annoyance or resentment that persists. Okay, that's kind of what I was saying. Wrinkle someone. All right. And so that does not mean push aside, but maybe you could imagine it might mean push aside. And if you're looking for the fourth push aside, that's what you do. And 25% of people did it. All right. Cool. What are people doing first? Yellow, blue, purple, green, rainbow herring. Hold on. Oh, they're just not doing it first. I was like, how did 25% of people do this? But then it's not showing up here. But this is just what people are doing first. That makes more sense. All right. Cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do pips for Tuesday, January 13th. We'll do all 3 difficulties. Let's play. All right. What's our in here? So that goes down, that goes down. We don't have a double, so we're going to need to go up here and up here. So what do we have 2 of? We have 3 6s. We have 2 1s. All right. So I don't know. Something like this. We need to add to 5. We need 2, then 2 and 3. Yeah, so 4 2 3 6. This works. And the blank had to go here. Oh, the blank was a gimme. I just didn't notice. All right. Well, let's do the medium. I think for this medium, it's worth drawing our domino positionings. So we definitely have this domino and this domino. Now, this has to be here, and this has to be here. This has to be here. We're a little... Oh, no, this actually has to go right, and this has to go left. Okay, so actually the dominoes are all forced. Cool. We have a blank blank. We have a 6 6. So the double here is either going to be blank 3 or 6. But we need 2 more of it. So I think it has to be the 6. So here's 6 6. And then a 6 with a less than 3. 6 2 makes sense. And then a 6 with a less than 2. Hopefully we have 6 blank, I suppose, makes sense. And we still have a 6 5. Now this has to be a 6, so that's our 6 5. And now 5 1 goes up. And now 1 4 fits perfectly there. That was there from the beginning. That's 3-3, and that's all right. And this less than one had to be the blank blank. Yeah, there were actually quite a few ins on this medium that I didn't have to use because I just picked one in and it solved from there. All right. Well, let's do the hard. Okay, so we need a domino here. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so this is going to be a double. That's worth marking. Now, this uses a 5 and a 6. This uses a 0. We have plenty of zeros. 5 and 6. Do we have a 5-6 domino? No, but as my wife will tell you, I'm very bad at finding things. But I don't think we have a 5-6. So that actually forces some dominoes. This can't go up, so it has to go left. Do we have a 6-6? We do. So it actually is possible that the 6-6 could go here, and then we'd have a 5-4. Do we have a 5-4? We have a 6-4. I don't think we have a 5-4, so we can't do that. This does not go there, and that means that this has to go left because we don't have a 5-6. And now that's going to be a 5 that can go into a 4, and I have 5-3 and 5-2. Either of them work, assuming I have another 2. I have a 2-2. So what's going on up here? Let's think about this a little bit. A lot of blanks here. So what I can't do is this and this, right? Because I'd have to have the same domino in each slot in order to work out the equal and the 2 zeros. So that's not happening. Now I could do this and this and this. Or I could do this and this. Well, those are the options, I think. I think either is possible right now. I need a domino that adds to 7. How many add to 7 right now? Maybe we can just get rid of one of them. So this is 8, 12, 4, 4, 7. This one's a 7. This one's also a 7. This one's also a 7. Okay, we have 3 7s. Never mind. So how many 6s do I have? I have a 6-6 and a 6-1. So 6 to less than 2 could be here, but also it's really tempting to do 6-1 this way and have this be the 5-3. So I don't know. I'd like a logical in instead of vibing this, but it's not really lending itself to that. This long equal here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's think about what we have 5 of then. Now, this is going to use 3 of our blanks up, so let's keep that in mind. So we don't have 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 blanks, but this uses up 3 of them, so it's not going to be blank. 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, I'd like to say we need a double as well. It's technically possible to go all down, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a few options. The ones, the threes. I think it's the ones and the threes that are the options. Shoot. What do I do? Okay. What about this 4 though? Does that mean I can't use the 1 and the 3 in this 4? Because I need 5 1s or 5 3s in this equal. I have exactly 5 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 3s. But I only have 5 1s. And so if I put a 1 in the 4, okay, I could do 1 3 in the 4 and then put 3s up here. Or I could put 2 2 in the 4. I have a 5 2. Do I have a 2 6 or a 2 0? Yes, I have a 2 0. So like this is an option. It feels like do the 5 2 here. Oops, that was already correct. And then 6 1 like this. I guess I'm gonna have to vibe this. Maybe I'll discover something when I vibe it. That would force this to be 3-3 or a 1-1. Which means this goes down, so 5-3. Now I have 3 blank and 3-4. We're not putting a blank in an 8. So 3-4 and then 3 blank. This works. We'll see if it finishes. The problem is I don't have another 4. I do not have another 4. Is that the issue? So all of this was forced. Is that the issue with using 3s in general? Is adding to this 8? So, well, okay, maybe there's another choice, not for the 8. No, not for the 8. Okay, so what about 1-1 then? Does this work? 1... Wait, where'd all my 1s go? I used this. Oh, I used a 6-1 here. Is there a 6 blank I can use instead? No. So I can't do the 3s and I can't do the 1s because I used up one of my 1s here. So I guess it's not that. So it's the other way. It's 6-3 to the left, maybe. Sorry, 5-3 to the left here, and then 6-1 to the left, and that's gonna. Oh, so either way, we're using up a 1. So I think this is always 3, but we're gonna do blank 3 this way now. But then I won't be able to do blank 3 there, so I'll have to do 3 into that. Which means this is going to be a blank, I think. I don't know if it has to be. No, it will be. Anyway, 3 into 1 or 0. So the 3-1, and then the 3-5 or 6. Wait. I used the 3-5 here. And I don't have a 3-6. Okay, but I do have a 3-3, so that's going to go there. Okay. And then the 3-4 can't go right. Is that really the question I have to answer? What am I doing with 3-4? If these are all 3s, I have to use the 3-4 in it. And what am I doing with it? Shoot. Okay. This is getting a little bit weird. This domino's for sure, and it's attached to a 5. So it's either 5-3 or 5-2. I tried both. Maybe I didn't try every possible way to do this, though. So if I wanted this to be 1s, then the 6-1 has to go up. So let's investigate how we could make that work. And I'll just do the 1s first. So 1 with, I guess the 1-1 has to go across. Do we have a less than 2 with a greater than 4? I'm sure we do. 5 or 6 with a blank or 1. Surprisingly, we don't. So let's hold off on that. 1 blank then would go here. And then I need like a 1-5 or a 1-6. I don't have it. So this would be 1-1. And then I used my 1 blank. I don't have to have this here. So I guess I'd use my 1-3 here, and then my 3 blank to go down, and then blank here. This seems to work okay so far. Let's look over here. What 5 do I have left? 5-2 and 5-3. But attached to a blank, I only have a 2. So that would go there, and this would be 5-2. I thought I investigated this, but maybe I didn't think about this case. I don't think I need my lines anymore. This is 2-2 or 3-3. It has to be 3. I don't have more 2s. And then this is 3 with the 5. Okay, and now we have to add to 7. This is the only 7 to add to. 6-6 and 2-2. Oh, 6-6 and 2-2. And we're done. Ooh, I don't know if there was like a cleaner way to figure out that those had to be the 1s, but I think the key was, what are we doing with the 3-4, perhaps? Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe this was key as well, thinking about what had to go here. But yeah, cool. Or, I don't know. There was somewhere that I wasn't considering that it kept breaking on. Anyway, how'd you do? Let's do the mini crossword for Tuesday, January 13th. Let's play. Internet company that popularized chat rooms, AOL. With 7 across, hey, don't blame me. It's not my fault. Or... Director of 2026 is The Odyssey. Don't know. Marketing creations. Ads. Lots and lots. A lot. I don't know. Is that it? Gulp? Like, oh my? Or signature hit for Eric Clapton. Lila. Is it... Wait, is it Lila or Layla? Anyway. Mushroom-headed character in Mario games. Toad. NBA team from the hottest major city in the United States. Probably Phoenix. Suns. With Summer Cross. Hey, don't blame me. That's... Maybe this is a ton. I probably spelled Lila wrong or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's Layla like this. It's That's on You. That's on You. And then Nolan is the director. Okay. And it was Oh No. Did I say Oh No or something else? I think I might have said Oh My or something like that. All right. Layla is the Eric Clapton. I knew it was something like that. I'm not super familiar with the song. Cool. Well, how'd you do? Let's do Strands. Today's theme is You Need to Chill. Like Frozen. I see the Z, right? Makes me think of Frozen. When we have Frozen, maybe that's the spanagram. Frozen something. Vegetables. So we've got, yeah. So I think it's frozen food. There's spanagram because I see pizza here. So what else is frozen? Lots of things. All right. Frozen sherbet. For some reason, sherbet doesn't have an R in it. I think because it's supposed to be pronounced sherbet, but everyone I know calls it sherbet, and I wonder where that comes from. Anyway, popsicle. This is popsicles, and we've got we do have vegetables, frozen vegetables, frozen waffles. Yeah, like Eggos. Okay. Very straightforward one today, at least for me. That's ranks perfect if I ever saw one. How'd you do? Hello, today's bonus game is Quordle. We're playing the Daily Extreme. I'm just going to start with a good start here. We're going to do Steel, and we're going to go from there. All right, so not only are we playing Extreme, I play it in a weird way where I play kind of a quasi-hard mode just to add even more challenge to this game. I might lose, but I like to have this extra challenge where I only ever guess something that could be the word or could be the answer to one of the four, but I allow myself to jump around between them. So what I like to do is I like to target the word that has the least amount of information. So I would say the yellow T here is the least amount of information. So we're going to guess a word that gets some really good letters and moves that T somewhere. So common letters are R, N. I'd like to get some more vowels. I thought of third, which would be interesting. Probably a TR would be good. Maybe troop. Troop is double O though. Trout, but I don't really want to repeat the T right now. Can I do... Oh, I could do trunk. Get the R and the N. Okay, we'll do trunk. All right, so we have more info about this word now. Wow, this word has EA and then a U in the middle. What does that? Like a AUE like this, like gauze or something? Yeah, we're not going to guess it right now, but I think it might be. So if we think it might be gauze, for example, maybe I should try a G when guessing this word down here. So like a GR and then an E at the end. And we can get some good letters otherwise. I thought of grime. I thought of grove. I don't know what's better. How about grime? Oh, wow. RIME was correct. This has an M in it, but no G. So if it's MAU and then E is at the end, what would that be? Or the M could be fourth. If there's only one word, by the way, if there's only one word left, I guess it. If I'm confident there's one word left. Now, how about bottom left? Is there one word left? Prime is an option. Crime is an option. So at least prime and crime. So what we should do is we should guess a word that uses a P or a C in it in one of these other ones, which will tell us what this ends up being. Now up here, I really want to know, maybe it's AM, maybe it's like AMUE instead of MAUE. Amuse is the only word I can think of, but there's no S in this word, in any of them. I'm not seeing another way to do that. Okay, since I'm not sure, let's just hold off on that. Oh yeah, and M can't be fourth because M was yellow there. So M is first or second. A is first or second. So it's either AMU something E or MAU something E. And it does tell you, oh, mauve, the color. I think it's mauve. It is. Okay, so I got mauve. Now, what has the least info? Top right, we've got 3 yellow letters unplaced. Bottom right, we've got the A placed, and then E and N are yellow. So top right technically has less info. Now, what are we going to do with that? Something UNTY maybe was my initial idea, but punty. I'm not going to say what C would be there. What else can I do? Maybe an untie type thing, but the problem is, okay, we've got O. Maybe O is helpful here. Like an OUT or an OUN, but then where's the T doing? Okay. Since I can't think of anything for top right, we're going to try to think of something for bottom right. And remember, we still want to use a P or a C somewhere. So I'm thinking something A, then the E here, and then what's the N doing? Can I use a C or a P? Or maybe NA, something E. D. An E. It could be an EA word. PANE. Pained. I'm going to go with pained. I don't think it can be an answer, but technically it fits the clue. All right, so the left is, we need a guess for prime, so we're going to do it now. So I actually have to get both of these right in this guess. I have 2 guesses left, so I need to get both of them right. So what is the bottom right word? N-A something E. I don't think we're using an O. Or we could end in N, I suppose. What does that? Waxen? Waxen's a word. It's an option. What about the top right? I have to figure out what's going on in the top right now. I want to do an un word, but unut. I never had an opportunity to use an O. Maybe it's not an un word. I can't do OU here. I'd have to do OU here if it was jammed together, or I'd start with OU. Out on. Nut something. Nutty? I don't think I've tried double T. Okay, well, I'm going to hope this is nutty. It's not. Darn. Okay, so I lost. Let's see if we can get one of these words at least. Well, let's see if it was waxen. It was waxen. What was the last word? Uncut. Yikes. Yeah, so the unwords are tough because you never know what unwords are going to end up being valid words. Because you can do pretty much any 3-letter word. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. And then a lot of them don't end up accepted. So that's tough. And I didn't have the C. So had I done caned here instead of pained, I think I would have won. I picked the P instead of the C. That's really unfortunate. So I wanted to test P or C, and I went with pained for this word. I could have done caned, and then that would have given me a C for this word. Of course, I didn't know that was going to happen. All right. Well, I was close. Very tough one today. Let's spin the bonus wheel and see what tomorrow's game is. All right, Kyla Young suggests Contexto. So as always, there is a link in the description. And how'd you do? And that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. There is a link at the end of the video for Wordle, if you'd like to watch that. And I have a pinned comment for all the games I made today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.